Hey guys, it's Cmixx again. How's it going? Magic of Reality, another series, another episode, of the series. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about taking action, executing on what you say you're going to do, and doing that as soon as possible. I deal with a lot of people. I deal with a lot of deadlines, a lot of projects, all sorts of things, and that's always the biggest thing. Technology these days makes things go so fast, so smooth, but a lot of it requires action on our part. I know people that have spent months, close to a year probably, putting together an album, and then just half-ass put it out. Don't really promote it, don't really give it the chance that they can give it. And it's easy to talk about it and tell people like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put it on World Star, I'm gonna do this and that, blah blah blah. But until you actually do it, it's a big difference. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of procrastination from times too, and it's me being aware of it and working on that and making it a point not to is better than being oblivious to it in denial. In my case, I work with hundreds of artists. I have multiple businesses. There's about a team of 10 plus people working at the studio, and it's growing. There's a lot of just logistical stuff, everyday type things, phone calls, scheduling. A lot of that cuts into the actual meat and potatoes of the work. You know what I mean? Like actually mixing a song, actually doing a recording session, actually going and shooting a music video. So there's a lot of pre-production. There's a lot of just hurdles to jump through to actually get to what you're trying to do. So, juggling all these things for me, it's very easy for things to fall through the cracks. Working in a recording studio, you get artists call all the time and they want files sent to them. They want to see like, hey, do you guys still got that song we did a year ago? And can you send me the files and blah blah blah. And people think it's just as easy as just dragging it over to an email and hitting send, and it's not. You gotta open up the session, consolidate all the audio files, make sure that when they get the files it's not gonna not work. If I send it to them half-assed and then they pull it up and they're like, hey, we can't pull it up right, there's no audio files, it wastes everyone's time. I gotta send it back. They just wasted time going to their studio session. So in order to send the files right, it takes about close to 10 minutes per song. And when someone calls like in the middle of a recording session, they're like, yo, I'm in the studio right now, I need the files, can you send it right now, blah blah blah. I'm like, bro, I'm in a recording session. First of all, for me to even send it, I have to be able to pull your session up, and I can't do that because I'm recording someone else's session right now. And then with all the hecticness going on throughout the day, that may be a lower priority thing on my mind, is to send someone a file from a year ago that I haven't even seen or talked to them in a while. Like, just because I did a session a year ago doesn't make me obligatory to just drop everything I'm doing and send it to you as soon as you ask. So people will always get on and be like, man, when can you send it? I've been waiting, I need it, this and that, blah blah blah. And so sometimes like trying to get to all the little details is there's just not enough time in the day, and you gotta prioritize. So for me, taking action on things, if I have 10 minutes free and I'm waiting, someone's late for a session and I'm sitting there waiting at my desk and I have 10 minutes free and I know someone needs some files, I can just pull up real quick, consolidate them, send them, bam. Just saved 10 minutes out of my day from doing that, voluntarily, like, okay, I'm gonna take this time and go send these files now. Instead of that, I utilized some time that became available to me, and then I did it. So jumping on chances to take advantage of checking something off your list is important. Growing up, from the time I was about 15 till 19, I worked in an Italian restaurant, and the majority of that time I was cooking and making pizzas. But part of my job as either a pizza maker or the cook, we had to do a lot of prep work and get all the food ready for the night's meal. So we'd also serve lunch. So if I was working a double, I'd have to work the lunch shift, make everyone's orders, whether I was cooking or making pizza, one or the other. And in between all that, I had to do the prep work for the night dinner service. So there'd be times I might be back in the prep room filleting chicken or whatever. Might have like 15 pounds of chicken to fillet, and it's 2 in the afternoon. Lunch rush is over. I got the next 2-3 hours I got to get all my prep work done. But within that time, we still get stragglers coming into the restaurant, ordering this, ordering that. So I have to now drop what I'm doing, go sanitize my hands and everything, get all the chicken juice off, go up to the front of the restaurant, go to the cook station, go make whatever order just got ordered for the person who walked in, tend to that, then hopefully no other orders come in that meantime, so I can go back to cutting the chicken, because I need to have that done quick, because I got more stuff on the list to get done after it. So my point being is, everyone wakes up in the day is like, oh, I'm going to do this, this, and this. If I do this by 10 and I can get to this place by 12 and I have an appointment here and I have to be at work at 4, you wake up and you've got it all planned out, but you might have, it never really works out to that point. You might hit traffic, this and that. So it's very important when you do have a few free minutes, when you do have an opportunity to check a task off your list, to take advantage of that, because you don't know what you'll have to do the next break you have, And then this is all I'm talking about, short-term stuff, like throughout the day type stuff. But this applies on a bigger scale too. As above, so below. Now, getting back to a bigger example, like starting a business or putting out an album or creating something, pursuing a dream or passion. Like, it's one thing to talk about it, it's another thing to really do it. And taking action on your ideas is a big thing, and that's what, whether you know it or not, people look at. Like, I try not to. I don't like being around people that every time I'm around them, they're talking about what they're gonna do, or I'm about to do this, or I'm about to do this, or I'm getting a job here, I'm getting a job there. I'm like, oh, when you start, they're like, oh, well, I got an interview tomorrow. There's no. I prefer not to tell people about stuff if I don't have to, until it's actually, ready or close to being ready. It's tough, like with this reality show, because it's about going on almost 6 months in the making. We've been filming all the time, and so a lot of artists, a lot of people in the studio. Everyone around here knows that we're doing it, so people are watching. They're watching for it. They're wondering when it's coming out. They're wondering how good it's going to be. No one's ever done anything like this, so there's a lot of anticipation, and I'm sure there's some people wondering if we're still doing it or whatever, because it's been, like I said, almost 6 months now, and we're still just filming and editing and really fine-tuning the episodes before we actually start releasing them. So I try not to talk about it as much unless I have to. You know, people are asking, oh, what are you filming for? Or I have to just make sure they're cool with it, filming their session or whatever. So, you know, it's on people's radar, and so now their perception is going to be dictated, whether I like it or not, whether they like it or not, by the execution on our behalf in the studio. So, you know, to maintain your own integrity, to just be a good person, to have good karma. Check out the other video about karma. You know, be about it. Don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Walk the walk, or walk the walk. Don't talk the talk. So we all have heard this. We all know this. But it's just little things you can do. You know, even the small thing, like I'm trying to get my brother out of it. He does it all the time. Like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do it later, or I'm gonna do that tonight, or you know, I didn't have time, this or that. It's just constantly pushing it off. So if you can just take 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever it is you got to do, and just do it real quick, then you don't have to have it hanging over your head, having it stack up on other tasks. You know, if you can just execute it, check it off your list, get it out your way, get it out your mind, don't let it weigh you down, get on to the next. So, you know, this is a big point too, like for guys out there. If, you know, you're having trouble getting girls, or you're not like a ladies' man or something, there's it's not necessarily like most people will attribute it to, oh, I'm too shy, or I don't know how to talk to girls, or this or that, and they're like, oh, it's just not my personality or something. But it's almost with anything in life, you can learn it, you can get better, you can figure out what other people are doing that works for them and implement that. So don't think you're not good enough, or you can't do this, you can't do that. You just got to learn what you're not doing and learn how to do it right. So, you know, girls, especially hot girls, you know, they get bombarded by guys all the time. You know, oh, you're so beautiful, or I love how you're dressed, your hair looks so great. Like, first off, that's not even a good thing to do anyways. It makes you look thirsty. But my point being is that girls have plenty of options, especially the hot ones. So one of the biggest things in any sort of relationship, even friendship, is trust, is honesty, is knowing that they can have faith in your word. You know, so if you're always saying something, talking something, but never doing it, that's a turnoff to a girl. And it's whether they know it or not, it goes down deeper, psychological, into their, you know, subconscious survival type reptilian brain part. Like, they don't even know what's happening. Because women pick out guys based on security and resources. That's it. It's not about looks. It's not about, you know, how cool you are, this or that. It all plays into that persona of security and resources, because the guy that's not timid, the guy that's not scared to speak up for himself, the guy that's not scared to go out there and get what's his and make a mark on the world, a guy who follows through with what he says. These are all qualities that are part of someone who can get resources and someone who can provide security. So it's the comfort level, the feeling that you provide overall, all these elements and the values of them, how much of them are present and how much aren't, is what gives the girl a vibe of like, oh, I like this guy, I don't like this guy, whatever. You know, leaving a degree of mystery also helps too, and not just trying to brag or boast and be like, oh, look what I'm doing, look at this, look at that. Like, let them figure it out, or let them ask the questions. Like, it's it's not attractive when you're sitting there like, oh, I'm about to do this, and I'm going to start this business, and I'm doing this, and I'm waiting for blah, blah, blah. Like, you're just sitting there spinning your wheels, talking. And then that goes into a whole nother concept of talking to girls. Like, you don't want to talk at girls. You want to pull the conversation from the girl. You want to get them to talk to you. In a conversation with a woman, you want to probably talk, 20-30% of the time at best. You want to let her do most of the talking. All you're going to do is lead the conversation, set the stage for where you want it to go. Ask questions to lead in certain directions. And maybe soft questions, subtle questions that leads to another question, leads to another. That like, just like playing pool, thinking about your shot. You hit this ball in, where's the cue ball going to land? What shot am I going to take after that? So, or chess, being a couple moves ahead. And not that I'm saying like you're tricking the girl or you're plotting on her or something. It's, she probably appreciated it too. It's forward thinking. It's, being observant. It's plays back into the security role of, are you going to be a provider of security, or are you going to run scared when times get tough? You can also tie that to resources as well. Like, you're not going to have abundant resources if you're not following through with what you're saying, if you're just talking, if you're relying heavily on other people's success or legwork for you to get where you're getting, instead of just doing what you got to do. So, as with a lot of stuff I talk about, it's, balance of everything, not just like balance 1, balance 2, 50%. No, it's like an equalizer on your stereo. There's hella frequency ranges. We need to get a perfect blend of all these frequencies. This one might be a little higher, this one might be a little lower, this one's higher than that. You get a perfect mixture, just like making a cake or something. You put a little salt in, a little sugar, a little flour, a little milk, eggs, whatever. So you put too much milk, your batter's gonna be all soupy, and your cake's not gonna be fluffy and moist. It's gonna be like flat and hard, so it's all about the right amounts, and that's what like a good chef or a good cook is gonna do. If you just put the same amount of salt and everything, it's not gonna taste good. You gotta finesse the situation. You gotta put in what's needed at that time. Not every situation's the same. Not every girl's the same. Not every meal is the same. So just keep that in mind. Do what you gotta do. Just take action, and from the smallest thing up to the biggest thing. And even on the big things that get you overwhelmed, that you're like, oh man, that's like gonna take years to accomplish. Even so, just start somewhere, and go to the next thing, break it down into pieces, and don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. And that's where you just take it day by day. Take it day by day, one small victory at a time. And then when you look back, a year later, 2 years later, 5 years later, 10 years later, you've accumulated all these victories, bam. Rather than, like one day maybe giving it a good shot, and then the next week, 2 weeks, you just be lazy, watch TV, stuff like that. It's like if you're going to the gym, and you have a good run of going to the gym consistently, working out, and then you start getting lazy and fall off. You're not gonna benefit yourself just by going to the gym like 2 or 3 times a month. Like whatever workout you do get, those few times you go, is gonna be completely erased by the space of interval between each gym session. So you might as well just not go. Save yourself some time. But following through and plays back to another video I talked about dedication, you know, and not motivation, dedication. So until next time, you guys know the drill. Follow me, like, comment, subscribe, share. My Instagram is Cmixx, 2 X's. Follow the studio, Magic City Studios. Follow the clothing line, Grand's Lifestyle. Get rich and never die satisfied. Just look for the G. So that Instagram's Grand's Lifestyle. The website, magiccity510.com. And for the clothes, grandslifestyle.com. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all the feedback. A lot of people have been liking the videos and stuff. Getting a better response than I expected, quicker than I expected, so I'm really glad about that. Share it with your friends and family, and hopefully, you know, someone can just get one little ounce of knowledge that can help make their lives better. That's all that matters, you know, just one person. So I'm not saying everything I say is true or that you need to believe it. I'm preaching here or something. Like, just take it for what it's worth, face value. If it resonates with you, you know, you can implement it in your life and make a difference, and so be it. If not, you know, that's fine too. I'm not here to make people conform or anything. I'm just talking from experience about things that have helped me and that, you know, I see can help lead to success and brought the success that I've got already and am on my way towards. So once again, thanks for watching, and I'll come back with another video tomorrow.